Hi there. Have you sat down to meditate and found yourself going over, what, am I doing this right? This is taking too long. I can't relax. Your brain is busy and it feels like you're trying to push yourself, force yourself. Well, it might not be a meditation problem. It might actually be a patience problem. So today I'm going to show you why patience might be the most important attitude that you can bring to your practice. Welcome back. This is my series of looking at the fundamental approaches and attitudes to meditation. And I've been learning the fundamentals in my teaching training process, and I'm using that to share some of my insights here with you. So, today I'm looking at patience in particular, and we might have an idea of what that means, but it might be that we are thinking about it in a way that is not so helpful to us. I came across the quote by David Allen, he's a productivity expert, through my training that I'm doing. And he says, patience, I'm going to read it because I can't remember it off heart. Patience is the calm acceptance that things can happen in a different order than the one you have in your mind. And this is fundamental. So, patience is allowing that life has its own sequence, I suppose, that we want something and we have in mind what we want things to be like, and they're not turning out as we expected. And it feels there's a tension there. There's a yearning or a wanting, a striving, and we are not being with. So, patience is the calm acceptance. And so when we're thinking about that, let's think about what patience really is. Well, it isn't that it's not waiting. So patience isn't waiting for something to happen. We can think that's what patience is, but sometimes when we're waiting, it's almost like with the anticipation, we are still expecting. We're expecting it and it's not here yet. And instead, the subtle difference is that trusting. I'm allowing what is here to be here right now. So there's that element of patience is letting go of the expectation and having that patience of not forcing but trusting and allowing whatever is here is meant to be here right now. John Kabat-Zinn describes the the attitude of patience as a form of wisdom. It's that ability to really be with what is here without having hope or despair about what is here right now. And a really good analogy that I found really helpful is that of when you have a caterpillar going to a butterfly, and there's a process through that, isn't there, when the caterpillar goes into a cocoon. And there's an element of waiting, of patience, that it comes in its own time, that the butterfly emerges when it's ready. And if we try to break into that cocoon because we're impatient, because we want it to be happening, we are not allowing that process and we are disrupting and breaking that process in a way. It's not going to happen then in the way that we want it, and we might be disturbing something. So think about that there's a cocoon and we just need to wait for the butterfly to emerge. We can't force it, we can't push it along. We entrust that the process will happen when it needs to happen, and we allow ourselves to be in that patient, watchful waiting. So let's have a think about patience then and how our mind works. Because the tension is that our mind is busy, our mind is quite often impatient. We give ourselves goals, we give ourselves quests, we strive. And in that busyness, we can bring that attitude to our practice. We can be busy in our minds expecting something, wanting an outcome from the practice that we're doing. And at that point, we are not practicing patience, we are in another mode altogether. And we are really at war with ourselves. We are making judgments, we are holding ourselves to account, making comparisons with what we thought we should be having this experience and what really is. And it's quite normal. But the whole process of meditation, when we're practicing patience, is that whatever shows up, whatever moves through our mind and bodies, is the practice. So it doesn't have to be more or less than that. So if we're allowing that, then we are overcoming that need to push things forward for it to be something that it's not. So how can we utilize that in our daily life? Well, if we think about the disturbances that we might be experiencing in our life and we don't want them to be here, we think about maybe we're in pain or maybe there's something difficult that we're having to go through. And it could be anything. It could be that we're in a queue and we're late for something or we're having an argument with somebody and we don't want whatever is present to be there. But if we have in our minds this idea that not all storms come to disrupt your life, so there might be something very disturbing, but it might not disrupt your life, but it might come to clear your path. So if we think about that, so there's an element of trust that whatever's showing up right now, whatever is here, might be what is the sequence that needs to unfold. So this sense of unfolding and allowing us to move through this moment. So that our practice of patience can then transform our daily life. So in the moments where you are stuck in a traffic jam and you're late, it's allowing, okay, let go. Here it is. I'm in this moment and I'm not trying to wish that it was different, wanting something to happen right now, but just being without needing to change it and see what happens when we are transforming our approach to those moments where we feel impatient, where we know that there's a quest, a striving, a moving, a pushing, a wishing that this was different. And instead, practicing that, stopping, allowing, letting go. And that's something that we can then help us to transform our approach in everyday life. And I'd like us to utilize that in our practice today. So what I'd like us to think about in our intention today is not to be trying, not to want this to be a good meditation today. So when I'm guiding you through, it's just about being an honest. Whatever shows up is okay. I'm allowing whatever my expectations are, I'm going to let them go and just see what happens, see what unfolds, see what is brought to this practice today. So that's our intention. All right, so we've got a 5-minute meditation now. And so find yourself in a comfortable seat. So just take note if you want to replay this, we can start from here. And find a comfortable place. So you can either close your eyes in a moment or keep them open, but to keep them on the screen. And I'm going to bring up this screen so I'm in the corner so you don't see me so large, so it's not less distracting, hopefully. And we're going to start this practice now. So to start with, just settle yourself in your body. Notice how your body is in this moment. Not slumped, but not too erect, just being present and alert and aware. And if you choose to, you can close your eyes. And now in this moment, taking a slow breath in through your nose And a long, easy breath out, paying attention to the breath. And again, breathing in, noticing the breath going in. And again, allowing and letting go of your breath. And then just simply allowing your breath to find its own gentle rhythm, forcing a breath in or out. And allowing your body to settle. You don't need to be anywhere else right now. You don't need to achieve anything in these next few minutes. You just need to be here. So notice the weight of your body, the feeling of the ground beneath your feet. Noticing the chair beneath you and how you're held in this space. Solid. Supporting. You don't have to hold yourself up. Feel the ground beneath you, the chair beneath you, holding you. Be present in your body. Now bring your attention gently again to your breath. Not controlling it. Not trying to be perfect. You're simply noticing your breath. The rise in your chest. The movement of your belly. Noticing this breath. And now this breath. Each breath arriving in its own time. Each breath leaving in its own time. Notice that. And now, notice if there's any sense of wanting something to be different. It might be a thought that says, this isn't working, or I should be more relaxed, or I can't relax. Just notice that thought. You don't need to argue with it. You don't need to obey it. Notice. And then simply return to the breath, to this moment. So practice that. When you notice a thought, just be aware of it and simply return to the breath. Imagine you were like the sky, and every thought, every feeling, every sensation, they are the weather. Like clouds passing through. Some are heavy and dark. Some light and barely there. But you, the sky, you remain spacious, unchanged, patient. There is nowhere to get to. The destination of this practice is this moment, and you are already here. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. This is the practice. Let your breath continue. Let your body soften just a little bit more. And if the mind wanders, and it will, because that's what the mind does, you simply notice and gently, patiently return. Letting go of the thoughts and the feelings, just return. With this practice, with patience, you are being with a form of self-compassion, learning to trust yourself, to trust the process, to trust that you need nothing. Whatever comes will come in its own order. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. As we draw this meditation to a close, begin to bring your awareness back to the room around you, to the sounds nearby, noticing the feeling of your hands in this moment. Take one deeper breath in and then let it go. And when you are ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. I hope you found our discussion today on patience helpful. And if you'd like to subscribe, please do, so that you find out when the next video is coming. And when I get enough subscribers, I'm really excited to be able to do some live meditations and discussions. That's my aim in the future. And as we draw to a close today, just that remembrance and taking this with you. So my hope is that that idea of patience, of allowing ourselves just to let things unfold, to trust in that process, that things can happen in a different order than we anticipate or expect, and that's okay, that we can be with that. It's a calm acceptance. So, holding that in your thoughts today, my name's Carrie Dubber, and I really welcome you along the journey, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.